Live on Xbox 360, Brian Fritz alongside Dickerman. Another big night of fights here for EA Sports MMA Strikeforce 1 event.
Of course, tonight's fights are taking place under Strikeforce rules. We're in the Rockstar Forum. We got the Hexagon Cage. We've got titles on the line. We're looking at the welterweight and the light heavyweight title, and prizes on the line, including some very nice prizes from our sponsors, Rockstar Energy Drink.
Some nice swag on the line, some exciting fights coming your way. Let's get set for all the action.
Don't forget, you can join us right now in the EA Sports chat room, easportsmma.com right now. Take part in that chat as we get set for a big night of fights. 4 fights in total, Dickerman.
We're here in Strikeforce tonight. That means we're in the cage looking like some big fights. We're starting out tonight. Preston Dollinger taking on Jrod.
Should be a very good fight. Welterweight fight going on here. Welterweights and light heavyweights going on all night long. And for Preston, there's a little bit of conspiracy theory going into this one, I think.
Yeah, Preston's got some problems here. He had created a fighter, a specific fighter to take out Jrod, and he had some issues, which we'll get into, but he is not able to use his specific creative fighter, and he's going to be using Nick Diaz tonight, which, as I quote from Preston, I don't know any of his moves.
And for Preston, a guy that's here with EA, he's going to be taking on Jrod, who earned his way into the fight tonight. A prize fight record, 32-3. Very good stuff so far, and that gets him a spot tonight as part of this broadcast for Strikeforce 1.
In the upcoming live broadcast, you'll have to choose a corner. Jrod was recently quoted to say that EA Sports MMA is a big boys league. Jrod hates children. He went on to disparage those with lesser mental faculties. Jrod doesn't pity fools. He even had unsettling things to say about those missing vital body parts. Jrod hates the headless. In his one message to the community, Jrod has demonstrated his cruelty towards those who aren't capable of defending themselves. Pick on someone your own size, Jrod. How about someone like Preston Dollinger? Preston Dollinger loves children, pities the fool, and champions the headless. But most importantly, Preston Dollinger doesn't abuse smileys like Jrod. Preston uses tried and true gestures, like the thumbs up, the All-American, and good old-fashioned badass intimidation. In this election season, in this live broadcast, whose corner will you be in?
I'm Preston Dollinger, and I approve this message.
This has been paid for by the Friends of Preston Dollinger, who's definitely got to slaughter this Jrod Dude committee. The opinions reflected here in no way reflect the opinions of EA, Preston Dollinger, or anyone associated with the creation of this hype video.
He lands that punch right to the down. Nicely done as he blocks the head kick. Get you ready with the tail of the tape. Are you ready? Let's get it on.
Let's take a closer look at the fighters going into this one tonight. Preston playing as Nick Diaz, and then on the other side, Jrod looking at him. Guy that right now, a lot of health, but a little sketchy maybe on the submissions. Pretty solid all the way around.
You know, Preston's guy was a submission guy, but now using Nick Diaz, it kind of changes the game for him. Nick Diaz in the game does have good submissions, so I would say still look for Preston looking for the submission tonight. Those fireworks going off. There it is, Jrod making his way down, otherwise known as Jared Grove.
Fighting out of Kentucky. The Backwoods.
Backwoods, Kentucky.
It's the Bluegrass State. Getting set to take on Preston here. Like I said, fighting as Nick Diaz. A little bit of a change for him tonight.
Preston, he's fighting on emotion tonight. He's going to be a little upset when this fight starts.
We'll get into that later on. But I feel like there is a conspiracy theory that's a little bit of place here. Take a look at the records for these guys. Preston, 74-18 overall. Then you look over Jrod, 101-7.
It's
showtime. We welcome you to the Rockstar Energy Drink Forum. This fight is scheduled 3 rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Trained in the discipline of wrestling, fighting out of the United States, Ninja Grove.
Jrod, a very well-rounded fighter, so he's going to look for a win anywhere he chooses tonight.
And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, with a background in jiu-jitsu, fighting out of the United States, Nick Diaz.
Preston's creative fighter, pretty much a submission fighter. Nick Diaz has got great subs, so it shouldn't be too tough for him tonight.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Big John McCarthy getting ready to start this one, and we're underway for this first fight tonight. Strikeforce 1 event brought to you by Rockstar Energy.
Oh, Preston, like I said, he's angry. He won't even touch gloves here.
Explain a little bit about what's going on with Preston.
Well, if you saw Preston's hype video, I think he really, tore into Jrod a little bit. So the word is, Jrod put some stuff out there on the net, kind of got Preston tied up. Well, Preston's in a triangle already.
This could be bad news for him already. He's using a guy that, like he said, wasn't familiar with before. Jrod trying to take advantage of it right here. Nice triangle sunk in.
What is Preston? He's locked in the triangle right now. Things are not looking good for Preston. Fighting on emotion tonight, like we said.
He taps.
See if he can hold on here. He's got a lot of scale, but he's already got to tap out. He's tapped out.
Oh, Preston could not handle it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't change. He had the creative fighter. He was upset. He had a ton of emotion, and he loses the fight immediately.
That's why you can't let emotion get in the way of a fight, because things like this can happen. One simple mistake, and the next thing you know, you're forced to tap out.
He hands Jrod the championship just like that. It's over. Done. What was that, 15 seconds?
How does this happen?
Preston works at EA, for God's sakes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by way of submission, Ninja Grove.
Great win there by Jrod. Look at the big upset to start off the event.
Preston just not even in the game whatsoever. Submitted immediately.
Take a look at the stats here from the fight, and there's not many stats to look at. This was a quick fight.
What is there to see?
This one got down on the mat. Jrod quickly took advantage, slapped on that triangle, and it wasn't too long after that Preston was forced to tap out.
It's like Preston didn't even defend that triangle. He just gave it in. Tough night for Preston, that is for sure. Not a good start for EA here.